Excuse me, do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Carl?
What's going on, legends? My name is Red Skull, and I am sick and tired of shitty devs and business practices ruining our favorite hobby, gaming. This time around, I found a real gem though. The game we're looking at today is called Deep Rock Galactic. It's a 4-player cooperative horde shooter game with some procedural generated level mechanics, and it's actually really good. I'm gonna show off everything the game has and doesn't have to offer for you guys, so you can decide if the game is worth your time and money. When first booting up the game, you get to do a short tutorial teaching you the basic mechanics of the game, which are shooting, mining, and using your abilities and equipment to your advantage, right? The first thing you see is your bunk, where your bed is, where the daily Deep Rock Galactic information channel sets you up on everything you need to know about how to be a good dwarf. You can look at your perks, whatever milestones you want to reach, right? These are the perk points you can unlock. It's like a skill tree. Everybody gets 3 passive and 2 active skills you can choose. Here you can switch your class. There's 4 classes: the driller, the engineer, the gunner, and the scout, which basically fill different roles in the team. And for a complete setup, I think it's supposed to have one of every class per mission, right? If you're doing 4 players, you should have one of every class, right? If you leave the bunk, you get to see this beautiful hub area. Look at the lighting. Look how cool this looks, dude. Look how cool this looks. This is basically just hiding a lot of ugly menus, right? In a cool spot with a lot of interactable stuff, right? You can kick around these barrels. There's some mini games around. But basically, this is the hub area where you meet up with your friends or the people you're playing with. You can customize your character visually. You can customize your pickaxe, which is your main mining tool, and for some classes it can be a really good weapon as well, right? You can customize that here. This is your loadout. You can switch. Every class has 3 primary weapons and 2 secondary weapons, as far as I'm aware. Season 2, which is coming out soon, will add a new secondary weapon to every class, I think. I'm not 100% sure though. So you can kind of customize your loadout with that. The real customization comes when you click on the weapon store, right? You get a skill tree for every weapon you have. This is a flamethrower one. This is the one for the cryo cannon, which is a cannon freezing everything it hits. And this is like an acid shooter. You can pick all the skills you want, right? You can mix and match them. One from every row. There's a lot of build variety going on. You can basically do whatever you want. You can go full ammo, you can go full damage, you can go like faster reloads and whatever. Like some of the weapons also have upgrades that make them useful for not fighting with it, right? The experimental plasma charger here, it's got a thin containment field, which basically allows me to shoot a charged attack at a mineral field on like the ceiling or on the roof where I can reach with my pickaxe, and then shoot it again to make it explode and make it easier to mine and stuff. You can also customize your pickaxe a little bit. There's like 3 skills you can choose from: more damage, more area damage, faster cooldown. And like, yeah, that's how you do your build, right? There's a lot of variety. Everything, every tool, even the explosives and grenades and stuff, you can rig and customize to your liking. That's for all the classes and all the weapons. Over here, you've got Bosco, this guy, this bad boy here. You only get when playing solo, and he's really helpful actually for like a co-op game bot companion thing. If you remember Vermintide 2, the bots there are kind of really not that smart, but this guy is actually really useful. You can allow him to pick you up when you go down. He gets rockets, he can freeze, he can electrocute enemies. There's like a lot of cool things Bosco can do, right? On this table here, you pick your assignments, which is basically missions and like chains of missions you have to proceed for different rewards. You unlock new weapons through this. There's weekly stuff as well for the endgame. You unlock new class promotions here, new pickaxe customization items, and all the good stuff. On the world table, of course, it says mission selection. This is where you select your missions, right? Missions you have an assignment for will be marked like this here. That's the one I would have to do if we would do a mission right now. And all the different symbols, like these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different symbols, are 6 different missions, right? There's even more, 8, 9. The egg is already here, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different mission types, which is quite amazing, since the secondary objectives and main objectives also can quite vary in these missions. It always boils down to collect X of Y and collect some more of Z, right? But the missions are really varied, and it doesn't get boring as quickly, actually. This is the customization shop. As you can see, everything in here is unlockable via credits and money. We'll talk about DLC and stuff later, right? So this is the shop where you buy your customization items. This is an endgame thing where you can trade in your minerals for other minerals or get a good deal. What's the deal for the day? Buy 80. No, I don't need that. But you can like kind of switch around your endgame stuff to if you're missing out on like 2 of that, you can just buy 2 of that, right? And like unlock the things you need, because you need minerals to unlock new stuff as well. This thing here is the season pass. Everybody that played any multiplayer game or anything basically since like Fortnite came out, every single game seems to have a season pass. The thing about this season pass, however, is it's completely free, right? There's nothing you have to pay for. There's nothing you even can pay for in the season pass as far as I'm aware. So you can't buy levels or whatever you can in all these other season pass games. There's season challenges, which are like daily missions or weekly missions as well. And then here you got your levels for the season pass, and it's completely freaking free, dude. You get currency to spend on this tree to unlock new customization items like weapon skins and victory poses and stuff like that, right? Colors, heads, beards, whatever you want. So yeah, the season pass, actually a really cool thing, and it's freaking free, man. It's freaking free. So we're gonna go over here later. This is the bar area of the game. You can order different types of beer here. Today's special is the Slayer Stout. The Slayer Stout gives me a buff that makes my pickaxe power attack recharge faster, right? Which is really good, actually. And there's different types with different buffs. You can order around. You can easily order around here. When there's more players in the lobby, the dude will put as many beers up as there are players in the lobby. You drink it, you go into a mission, you get your buff easy. There's a jukebox, so you can dance around, do a little bit party and drinking with your friends, right? Don't get too drunk though. It might be a little bit of a hindrance when you're in a mission and there's a lot of enemies and you need to shoot and you're basically drunk as fuck and can't see anything anymore. Right, this is one of the mini games I mentioned earlier. I don't know if there's any like achievements or whatever for it, but it's kind of fun to do when you gotta wait for a friend or you're waiting on someone that's taking his time, skilling his character or whatever, right? That's a mini game. This is the forge. We can forge overclocks and other custom and more cosmetic items you find in the missions, right? You need some minerals, you need some credits to do that. Overclocks basically are an end game thing in the game with which you can highly customize your weapons. There's one that makes, for example, the grenade launcher a nuke launcher. There's one that makes the flamethrowers flames stick to targets a lot, and like there's loads and loads of different overclocks and stuff you can do in this. I can show you where to equip the overclocks really quick. So this overclock allows me to ricochet weak spot hits, which is basically critical hits on weak points of enemies into other enemies. This is micro explosives trigger inside targets on reload. So this is like the needler from Halo, and this is like a gamble overclock, which might give you more damage, but might also not give you more damage if you roll low, right? That's just some basic ones. There's way more crazy ones than those. I just don't have a lot yet. On this screen here, there's the deep dives. These are weekly missions you can do. They're really hard. Well, they're supposed to be really hard. You have to complete 3 missions in a row with no downtime. Your health and money, or nitra as the currency in the actual missions. You buy resupplies and more ammunition. Basically 4 is called. So you take that through all the 3 levels and you have to complete them. They start at the highest difficulty and go up to like difficulties you can't even reach yet. To start a mission, you just enter the drop pod and go. So this is the hub area. Now on screen, I'm gonna show you guys a mission I played so you guys get a grasp of the gameplay and how the missions are structured, and talk a little bit more about the game itself, right? The game is just a complete package. You buy it, you play it. There's nothing you can buy for real money that changes the gameplay in any way, shape or form, right? There's DLC, but that's purely cosmetic and optional. You don't have to buy that. There's a lot of cosmetics anyway you can unlock by playing and finding stuff in the missions. And I think charging for some extra cosmetics is completely fine, since the game offers a load of replayability and content, and it's actually really cheap if you want to buy it. It's also on Game Pass if you want to try it out before committing to buying it. The developers also continue to support the game, so there's season 2 got announced pretty recently, I think, and there's more weapons getting added and some other stuff as well, which we don't know about yet. At least I don't. Also, the developers play and stream their own game over on Twitch. You can watch them do the hardest content in the game every week. Also, you can watch me do that on twitch.tv/RedSkull with a 5. Follow. It seems like they're listening to community feedback about balancing and stuff as well. So the overall package for this game is looking really, really promising. The gunplay feels very, very good. Every weapon is different from each other. They got their distinct play styles with strong and weak points. And basically every weapon is useful in some or another situation. There's loads of Easter eggs and memes to find in the game, in the hub area, in the missions. There's a lot of stuff you can find. Like, the whole game just feels like it's made by people that really like what they're doing and want to make something good for the players, not for the money. So I'm super excited to see where Deep Rock Galactic is going in the future. There's a board game being made about the game right now. It got funded like a week ago or something. So there's definitely more stuff, even more stuff to come. Now, a Red Skull video isn't a Red Skull video without some critique. I don't really have a lot of critique, but there's some things I might want to address. And the first thing is basically when reaching the end game, what you do is try and go farm for the overclocks, right? So you can further customize your character and make him even stronger by applying these overclocks. And what happened to me was, my first promoted character was the driller. All the 10 overclocks were for different classes. So the only class I can use overclocks on for 2 weeks or like a week until I leveled the second character was the one I didn't have any for. Maybe you could do something like guarantee an overclock drop for the class you're playing if there's, like, you know, a new player getting a promotion or something like that. I wouldn't really know how to go about that, but it's something that soured me a little bit. And the other thing I recognized was that sometimes it might be me being too bad at the game right now, right? But sometimes it just feels impossible to do. If there's like a load of ranged enemies and spitters and slowers and stuff like that, it's very, very, very overwhelming sometimes. But maybe that's just a practice thing, right? And that's basically everything I have to critique about Deep Rock Galactic. Can you believe that? I'm really excited to see where the game is going. For now, I'm gonna let the gameplay speak for itself and shut up for once. If you somewhat enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me, and so I know you guys want to see more Deep Rock Galactic content. If you want to see me play Deep Rock Galactic and maybe some other games on Twitch, live and in color, click the link down in the description below. Follow me there. Get notified once I'm live. It's all about interacting with the chat. We got loads of emotes, and I promise it's gonna be worth your time. Alright, I'm Red Skull. Deep Rock Galactic is awesome.
Rock and Stone Brothers! See you on Hoxies!
We got a leak. Locate it and fix it. This pipeline is fixed, but there are more outstanding issues. Pipeline repaired, but other pipelines are still malfunctioning. You fixed the problem. Everything is running smoothly again. All the noise is pulling in the locals. Take them out before they gnaw up our pipelines. Pump sequence at 75%. The cargo rocket is almost full. Pipeline jammed. See to it. This pipeline is fixed, but there are more outstanding issues.
It's barely holding together.
This pipeline is fixed, but you need to clear all malfunctions in order for the refinery to run. All pipelines are fixed, and the refinery is purring like a kitten once more. We got company, and it's a nice one. Pump sequence completed. All the liquid Morcat has been refined, and the cargo rocket is loaded and awaiting your go. Press the launch button when you're ready. All objectives completed. Return to the refinery and start up the pump sequence. Well done. Cargo rocket is returning to orbit. We're sending in the drop pod to get you out. Hang tight. Drop pod departing in T-minus 3 minutes.
So long, sucker! Really much better. Here I come.
Drop pod departing in T-minus 2 minutes. Good work. We're bringing you back in.
Go! Go!
Reloaded.